Hey everyone. Somehow, in some way, I end up traveling a fair amount, and it's gotten more and more over the past few years. I can't say I've become great at packing minimally. I end up with a good few suitcases wherever I end up going. However, one thing I feel like I have mastered is what I have to take onto a plane. That makes my plane journey smooth, wonderful, and as comfy as possible. So I thought I'd take you guys through my essentials for my plane journeys. Are you ready? This is your reminder that choosing to do therapy does not make you weak. Actually, therapy does the literal opposite. Therapy strengthens you. It helps you to work through things, build emotional resilience, and create new habits and patterns. When I've gone through hard moments in the past, it's really affected me, not just my mental health and emotional health, but my physical health too. Emotional release and talking life through with someone can really change the way that you live your life every single day. And that's why I'm sharing today's sponsor, BetterHelp, with you. I know the idea of therapy can feel really scary and so unknown, but you can take your time with it. BetterHelp honestly make it so easy and way more affordable. Finding a therapist can be really hard, especially when you're limited to the options in your own area. But with BetterHelp, it's online and it's remote. It is super easy to sign up. You just fill out a few questions and BetterHelp matches you to a professional therapist in just a couple of days. And because finding a good therapist is a little bit like dating, if you don't really fit well with that therapist, you can easily switch to a new one at no additional cost and no awkwardness. You can get 10% off your first month of BetterHelp by using my link www.betterhelp.com/Radhi. BetterHelp offers affordable, convenient online therapy when you need it from licensed professional therapists. Get help because you deserve to be happy. One thing I will say is what I'm wearing right now, this sweatsuit, is pretty much what you will find me in on every single flight. If I see you in a pair of jeans or some tight little shorts, we can't be friends. If you travel like that, watching you will make me feel uncomfortable and watching you will make me feel cold. Please don't do that. It's not comfortable for you or for me. So the first thing that I'm going to share is something that I will never travel without it. I will never go anywhere without it that I'm spending more than 12 hours. And that is my tongue scraper. I love an overnight flight. I will brush my teeth, probably be in my sweats or pajamas by that point, and make sure that I scrape my tongue. You know why? Especially when I wake up on a flight, there's always you've kind of smelled other people's bodies, you've inhaled the same air as everybody for the past 10 or 12 hours if it's a long flight. And there's just something where your mouth doesn't feel as good as it usually does. And so, tongue scraper, when you wake up from a snooze on a plane, you will thank yourself and me. When you pull out your tongue scraper, you give your tongue a good old scrape and you feel fresh and ready to take on whatever else is left of the journey that you're on. So definitely pack your tongue scraper. And if they don't give you a toothbrush and toothpaste on your flight, then make sure you pack that too. So definitely a tongue scraper. I've noticed I'm very sensitive to smells. I have a very sensitive nose. So whenever the food starts coming up, which by the way, we're going to get onto that later, plain food, absolutely not. But whenever the food comes out and all the smells of every single person's meal is combining, and then on top of that,
people are sleeping and farting.
And you know that happens, and you know it's probably you that's doing it. Everyone brings their own stuff onto the plane, and there's a whole concoction of smells going on. And so I take an essential oil with me, whatever smell I feel like. Sometimes peppermint is my favorite because it neutralizes and gets rid of all the other smells around you. This is my Sage Stress Release Soothing Oil Blend. Love it. Amazing. And you know what? Sometimes your body can feel quite stressed out when it's traveling, or you've rushed onto the plane like me. I'm usually the person who is running to the flight when they're saying, "This gate is now closing." So that's usually me. I've actually arrived at the airport where they've told me they can no longer take my luggage because I'm so late and I have to rush to the flight. So stress release is definitely something that I need. The thing is about planes is that it dries up everything. You're in crazy pressure, which means that all the moisture, it's essentially like you're in this high pressure environment and slowly all the moisture is seeping out of your body, your hair, your skin, every part of you. So I usually take a lovely face mask, either a sheet mask or I will put an actual mask on, which was really nice, like a good soothing one. A sheet mask is less messy, so I recommend that, and then you don't have to get up to wash it off. But I will also take every oil possible. So I either take a face oil, it's called Skin Fed Organic Botanical Elixir, cranberry, raspberry, carrot, and rosehip. It's so just nourishing and it really coats my skin. And you know, the other reason why you should do this, before I get on the plane, I usually do a full body oil. Like I am oiled up from head to toe. And that's because it kind of acts as a protective layer before you get onto the flight. The amount of moisture that will normally leave your body doesn't. So oil yourself up before you get on. Or I'll put this amazing moonseed balm. Oh, it is so thick. I love a balm. I don't break out so easy. I have dry skin, for anybody wondering whether this will suit. So for me, a nice, oh my God, can you see that? Oh, it's so thick. It's so luscious. It's got moonseed in it. It's just really thick and rich. And so I put on a balm usually just as I get on or before it, to just keep my skin feeling super, super soothed. And I love getting off a plane and my skin still feels hydrated. Like, that's a winner. Oh, I recently got this glow mist and I'm kind of into it. Again, it's a face oil if you're looking for oil instead of a balm. This little Insta Glow face mist, it's aloe. They've got amla, arnica, black tea, botanical skin savers. It's really refreshing. Look, ready? I love a good face mist on the flight as well. Rose or this one, very good. Hydrated our skin and face. Next up, you need your lips. So a good lip balm, so you don't end up the other end crusty lipped. This one is called Hurrah! It's just really a shea butter lip balm, very simple. And my lips feel smooth. My hands get so dry, especially when I'm on a plane. So this is the Byredo Gypsy Water. It also smells so lovely. I have this perfume. I really like it. This is the one that I've got right now. Oh, hand sanitizer. Look, I don't care whether COVID is over. People are still gross, as are we, as are you and me. You don't know what's happened on your table or just everything you're touching. The amount of people that must come on and off that plane. Always a must. I have the Lavender Organic Hand Sanitizer by Dr. Bronner. It smells nice, it's cute, it's small, just what you need. Lastly, make sure you take hair ties. That's an essential. I usually do 2 little braids because I don't like having my hair up, but then I also don't like having it loose to collect all the disgusting dirt that's on the flight. So I usually just do 2 braids, keep it slick, cute, and all put together. I've started doing this. You know what? Sometimes all the movies, once you start traveling a fair amount, the movies on the flights get boring and quite the same. And I'm obsessed with like specific series at different times. So I tend to download it on an iPad. I either have a mini one or I have this colossal big one. I really recommend doing that. You know that you're going to have a good time because you know you've downloaded all the episodes of something that you want to watch or catching up on all the movies that you want to watch. And I really think when I'm packing my bags, I have this vision of who I'm going to be on a flight. I'm going to be that person that's not watching a movie. No, I'm not watching a TV show because I'm going to be the person that's reading on a flight. That lasts for approximately 10 to 15 minutes and then I either fall asleep or turn on a movie. However, taking a book is actually really nice on a flight, especially if you're on a long one. I get bored of watching stuff sometimes, and so reading is really useful. And then having a notebook, because if you're reading something that's interesting, I love writing down notes. And I don't know whether you've noticed, but when you're on a flight, there's something about the possibility of anything that could happen when you're in the air that makes you feel a lot more reflective and think about life. I get a lot of those moments on flights where I start planning, I'll start having reflective thoughts and moments. So I always like having a little notepad with me too. That's pretty much I almost forgot the main thing. The main thing that even if I have none of this, the one thing you will always find me with is my own homemade food. So I have Tupperware that I take with me. I either have a disposable Tupperware if you can, because they can just throw it out. But I do not eat flight food. I have not eaten flight food for about 8 years now. No matter what it is, even if I'm making myself a sandwich, I know it will be better than the food that the flight provides. So I have Tupperware, and then let me tell you something smart that my mum taught me. If I make myself a salad, then I know I need dressing. If I make myself anything really, I like having a sauce or a dip of some sort. And so you clear out your glass, what's this called, face cream jars, wash them out really well, and then it has 60 ml, right? It has the milliliters written on it. If it doesn't have the ml written on it, they will not let you have it. So anything up to 100 milliliters, I'll empty them out, and then I'll just have like little dip cup or dressing jars that I can take with me, and they will not confiscate. I do this all the time and it works a charm. So if you're making your own food and you have a little sauce or a dressing, make sure you empty out a few of your face cream jars and keep them with you to put in your dips and your dressing. Let me tell you the type of stuff that I end up taking. Look, sometimes I'll take a bagel sandwich because when you're going on holiday, you want something indulgent and fun that you like eating. Sometimes I'll take a salad. Obviously, I can't take a soup because that's too much. There'll be a lot of little jars that I'd have to empty out. Usually I take something sweet, a little bit of savory, and I give myself like a little 3-course meal throughout the journey. And snacks, you don't realize, I get really hungry on flights actually. They do provide snacks on the plane, but usually I can't eat them because they're not vegan. So I bring myself little seeded crackers, maybe put some hummus in a little pot, little crudité situation. I'm not ashamed of it anymore. I'm just that person and I'm proud of it. Usually people are looking over at my plate, wondering what I'm eating. I think that's about it really. You may want to take an eye mask with you because if you're sensitive to light, I don't like things over my face. I find it a bit claustrophobic. But apart from that, I'd say those are probably the essentials that you're going to need when you're traveling next time. You're welcome. Let me know if you use this list. I'll write the list out for you guys in the description below too. But let me know your essentials in the comments. I want to know what you're taking on a flight. Maybe there's some things that I need to add in to my little list. Thanks guys for watching. Also in the comments, let me know what other stuff you want to see on my YouTube channel. I'm experimenting at the moment, sharing all the little bits that I think about. I'd love to hear what you guys want to see. Thanks. Hopefully see you on your next flight.